It's Sunday morning. We have a special Sunday morning edition of What's Up Wrestling, a big show coming off of Elimination Chamber, the 2026 Elimination Chamber last night, WWE's premiere event from Chicago. And LJ Ruiz is here from Chicago. He was on the spot reporting for us.
Yeah.
And we're welcoming back Graham from Wrestle Rant. Graham, GSM Matthews at Wrestle Rant.
What's going on, guys? Happy to be here. I'm jealous, LJ. I'm jealous that you were there. I mean, the show itself was fine. We'll talk about it, obviously. But I'm jealous that you were there for that incredible Chicago Bulls entrance. That shit was incredible.
It was pretty sick.
That was awesome.
It was pretty cool in person.
I got a few videos from LJ.
Two superstars start in the ring.
Right?
That's cool.
That's cool. So tell me, LJ, what was it like being there? It was weird to me, and I don't know what Graham thinks. Sometimes I thought the crowd was not, they weren't that, like, I thought they sounded low and not involved.
I definitely want to go back when we talk about watching it, like, on the actual broadcast, but because I was reading online, like, I was on X the whole time, just reading people were saying online about the show, and it was loud the whole show. Like even Danhausen got a pop like in the beginning. Like it didn't sound like he really did, like as loud as it really was. But the crowd was hot the whole show. Like they were cheering for everybody. So I don't know if it just sounded, drawn out on the broadcast, but they were loud and it was a really intense crowd.
Well, this person, I love Justin LaBar, is unfortunately Boohausen in Chicago.
Afterward, though, I mean, when he came out, like LJ said, they popped. So that's what I mean. They did boo, so it's not.
I think so. What it felt like in person was that everyone was like, "Oh, it's funny." Like I thought the song was great, and I thought it was funny, and then I think everyone was expecting like someone to come out and like beat him up, and then it just ended. And then once the lights went out, and we saw like. In person, we saw them just started unwrapping the mat again for the next match. Everyone was like, "That's it. That was all we got."
Yeah, I get
That's kind of what it felt like. It was like, all right, now he just goes.
I mean, I wasn't going to start this conversation with Danhausen, but since you brought it up, I was just going to say, like, here they are. We are doofuses with the box, and then this happens, and I'm basically like Elvira and Danhausen's, and. What I didn't like about it was that everybody was talking about it being Danhausen. It was so obvious it would be Danhausen. Then it turns out to be Danhausen. And Graham, I just was kind of like, I don't get it. So Graham, you know how this goes. We all speculate. And it's like, and then it comes true. Like we were like, oh yeah, okay, it is Danhausen. Like I was disappointed.
Yeah, so I wasn't disappointed. I love Danhausen. I'm glad he's in the company. He's a great guy. I love the gimmick. I don't know if that's the minority opinion, but the opinion online was very split. A lot of people are like, love that Danhausen. A lot of people are like, this is absolute garbage. Whether they knew who he was or not, they're like, that was so stupid. I don't know what people really expected to happen. Like, it was better than them promoting 2K26 or like friggin'.
100%. I was afraid it was going to be something like that. Would have been pissed.
Way worse. Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is that they still did do the Papa John's thing, like, because now it's fully. They did do like an ad with it.
Yeah, they
after
did.
Pierce and Aldis were like, "Get your pizza out of your box" or whatever, and I was like, "All right." So they still used it as a sponsorship idea.
Yeah, so they did.
Everybody from AEW eventually comes to WWE at this point.
Yeah, and that's fine. He's a fine fit for the company. My problem is that I think everything on the show, honestly, is like just a smaller, just minuscule example of bigger issues going on in the company with the predictability. Because I think another example of like the Danhausen thing, you mentioned it was so predictable. For anyone that's online, we obviously knew it was coming. I wasn't honestly convinced until like they took him off the roster page on Friday. And
that's right.
I thought that was a very last minute thing. So I didn't think when it was like the betting favorite for it to be him, I'm like, that sounds ridiculous. He still works in AEW and then he got freed on Friday, whatever. But like the Rollins thing too, when he came out and he was revealed as the masked man, I'm like, okay. Like, and I love Rollins. I think he's great and I'm glad he's back, but it's like the masked man shit, like we're dragging out these surprises, quote unquote, when they're not really surprises. It's predictable. Why not you just have Danhausen come out randomly to do something else? I didn't really think that was the best way to introduce him. No, with the Rollins thing, the masked man shit was also very predictable.
I want to get to the masked man thing, obviously, because it's sad. But I was going to say, like, this is what, when I saw this, LJ, it sounded like there was nothing coming out of the, like, I'm watch streaming it on ESPN and I'm not hearing anything but basically nothing from the crowd.
Yeah, he got the in person. Like I have the video on my phone. He got the initial pop. Like he did get a little pop. It was like, oh, it's Danhausen. I think that was more of the Chicago wrestling fan that knew who he was. And then it went to not the people that knew who he was were like, okay, he's here. I thought, me personally, and like my section, I thought it was hilarious. Like I was dying laughing the whole time.
I thought it was cool.
I liked it. I told you I'm a sucker for these stupid storylines. I really do like them sometimes, and I really liked that it was like there was a dance number to it, and I thought it was hilarious. I liked the makeup. I like the little tiny pyros he gets. I think it's like really funny. But then I think everyone was just expecting a little bit more out of it. Because now what? Now he just shows up.
Where do you go with this? What are we back to doing?
I thought the guy next to me was saying that he thought Omo was going to come out and beat him up. Because that's what I thought. Everyone thought that's what they've been teasing with him beating up all these other guys. But now I guess we'll see.
Is there a purpose for him other than being relief? What is
the purpose? Is that he's CM Punk's best friend and he's always with him hanging out. So I think that's who got him on this show in Chicago, because I think he's from Chicago, right?
He is. I think so. Yeah.
He is. Has anybody interviewed Danhausen?
No.
So yes, I actually, fun fact, when he was in Ring of Honor, he left the company. Well, the Ring of Honor closed. This was before AEW bought it. Right. And I found a way to interview him while he was a free agent, a month before he debuted in AEW, and I got to talk to him. One of my favorite interviews I've ever done, and he was completely in character the entire time, and he was amazing. He was so fucking funny. And the funny thing about that, I don't know if we talked about it on camera or beforehand off camera, but I kind of asked him, was it like an easy decision because it was between WWE, AEW, and WWE were like the top two options. But at that point, this was when Vince was still in charge. No one wanted him in WWE. This was like NXT 2.0. It would have been absolute garbage. It might still be garbage in Triple H's WWE. But back then, at that point, 5 years ago, it would have been terrible. And he kind of told me there was no like back and forth. It was very obvious he was going to AEW at that point. And nowadays, there's really not a spot for him in AEW. I didn't really think they did enough with him over there. And I thought the way his run kind of panned out was disappointing. In Triple H's WWE, genuinely no idea what this is going to look like, but I'm excited because I like the guy, so we'll see.
Okay, so maybe I'm the hater of the Danhausen.
You're not, though. I think that's the majority opinion, though, honestly.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I don't love when they do some of this stuff. Like sometimes even, I know this is going to be terrible, Truth stuff. It goes a little like, I didn't love the pizza thing last night, but I guess that was
whatever
to do that. Let's talk about men's chamber since we already brought it up. And I want to kind of take you guys through it. First of all, how do you mix up Trick Williams with Javon Evans and call him the wrong? I didn't
notice that until I saw your tweet, Michael, last night. That's crazy. I love Mark
I
Nash,
don't even know. I don't even know what you guys are talking. I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
So when they introduced of the guys coming out from Chamber, they had already introduced Trick Williams.
Okay.
Because didn't he come out first?
Yeah, he was first.
And Javon was at the end. Towards
he was
Cody.
like fifth or sixth, before Cody.
So when he goes, Javon Williams. So I was just like,
I don't even think I heard that because of the music playing. I don't think I heard his announcement at all.
Yeah. I mean, that's
crazy.
That's
crazy.
wild.
It's not good.
Also, I was gonna say before, real quick, because I was wondering what they were showing on the broadcast, was the entrances as long as it was, were they just showing the full entrance? Because those, for the men's and the women's, it was like legit 25 minutes of entrances.
Yeah.
Like they were like, those people were going around the ring 4 times before they got to their pot.
I really felt that they were like, we got to kill time. Let's do 15 minutes of it. It felt very long to me.
Just add another fucking match. This isn't rocket science.
I guess that was literally what it was.
How hard is it to add a match?
The show was 3 hours as it was.
Yeah, I noticed it more during the women's in the beginning. I was like, wow, they're really letting these people go. Like usually they get right into their pod, and they were going around and talking, seeing the crowd and everything. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, Javon's entrance was like 5 minutes. It was crazy.
Javon's was 8 minutes. I agree. So let's go through this. We've got, obviously Drew comes in and screws Cody, and then Randy does an RKO on Cody, and that's kind of where it is. I did love this shot though at the end.
Great picture, yeah.
It's a great picture of just kind of how that happened. Before we got there, I thought Logan Paul was the star of the match, clearly. I mean, he got eliminated 3 guys. What was your takeaway before I get to Seth?
You want to go first, LJ?
Yeah, me and Michael talk about all the time. I'm a very big Logan Paul. I think Logan Paul is great. I like mostly everything he does. I think he's really good at his character and everything. I thought it was a little funny, or maybe a little. I didn't enjoy that. It felt like this was literally just Bronson Reed's spot, and they kept everything the same because he obviously would have been the one
Mistake.
getting all these eliminations. And like, I'm fine with Logan Paul getting these eliminations, I guess, but it still doesn't make the Seth reveal as important because it was Logan, and it's like Logan. They already did this Logan Seth thing a while ago, so it would have been better that if it was Bronson. Obviously, he got hurt. I thought the match itself was pretty good. The LA Knight botch was really awkward in person because everyone was so excited to see it, and then he just got eliminated like 2 seconds later. So it was kind of funny. Like
happens,
we were all like kind of laughing. It was like, all right, it felt like these. If you're a LA Knight fan, you just can never win because he just gets. I felt so bad after, and
yeah.
I thought we were gonna get a better moment with Javon or even Logan Paul. I feel like there was both two like not really crazy moves, which is fine, but I just thought that's why they were in there because I thought they were going to get a little bit bigger of a moment.
I just wanted to add, Graham, and before you go, like that was the thing that drove me nuts about this. It was so predictable. You knew Masked Man was going to come and go after Logan because you knew it was supposed to be Bronson. Yeah. So everything that played out was like so easy. I mean, you have to be kind of stupid to not follow, right? Yeah. Kind of like paint by numbers. We got to replace the guy because we can't do our story. So now we'll put Logan in, and then he'll win 3. It was supposed to be Bronson, and now we got to finish the Masked Man story so you can reveal it's Seth.
Yeah,
and then there was the dummy black hooded people. The copycats.
I do wonder if this goes all the way back to if it was supposed to be Braun, then it was supposed to be Bronson, and then Bronson got hurt too, so then they put it on Logan. Like, I wonder if it was supposed to be Braun Breaker that whole time. And then he got hurt first, and then it was
probably.
Bronson. Because I'm sure that's where they were going to go with the Mania match, and now I don't know where they go with that. And I don't think they're going to bring back Logan again.
We were there, and this happened when you said Seth got a big pop.
Yeah, huge pop.
And
really loud.
Yeah. But here's the thing, Graham, and I want your opinion, of course, on all this. But what bothered me about this is we knew from the very beginning, this was never Seth till today. Seth's body was in that thing. It's so clear.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah.
We were watching Graham Waller, I don't care what you say, for stomping people. And then we started having the copycats. I mean, obviously, it was just a thing till Seth could come back and be in there. But those were all, no, that was not Seth. So I'm happy Seth is back. Is Seth back, though? Or did he just do a stump because he wasn't using his arms? No, seriously. I'm wondering if he'll be back. And then, of course, the thing is he going to go against Braun Breaker, WrestleMania, or Logan? But I don't know if it's too soon. Graham, what'd you think of the whole thing?
Yeah, everything you just said, LJ, I completely agree with both of you guys, really, that this spot was clearly, that was my initial thought. This spot was clearly meant for Bronson Reed. But you're probably right that it would have likely been Braun Breaker had he not gotten hurt or whatever happened after the Rumble with the, his injury in the Raw after the Rumble. It's called fucking pivot. I mean, this doesn't work as well with Logan. In person, it may have been a different reaction. I was fucking bored watching that match. I genuinely thought it was a bad chamber match. And I think that's almost impossible to pull off. Logan eliminating Javon, who didn't really do anything. No one really did anything. It was just kind of there. And the crowd sounded quiet. And that wasn't a shot at you guys. That's a shot at like the fucking booking of this match, which I thought was terrible. And then Rollins comes out. And that was obviously a cool moment. But you could see that coming like 3 months ago. And then we had the Masked Man with Theory a few months ago. It's just laziness. It's not interesting. And like you said, I don't think enough people are talking about this. What's the end game here? Rollins and, Logan Paul. We've already seen that. I don't care about that. Rollins in theory is not a Mania match. So what are we going to get? Rollins and LA Knight, who's booked like a fucking loser, by the way.
Mhm.
Those two against Logan in theory in a tag team match. That's not interesting either.
I was
So, yeah, not
one
good.
rooting for LA Knight just because I was like, well, because they never do anything with him anymore. I was like, could they let him pull this off?
Whatever, yeah.
And then it's kind of like he never goes anywhere.
He got the fact that he got rolled up is just insane to me. They really don't care about
They don't
anything he
care.
does. And
They don't
and
care.
what I was going back what Graham said, which was true. During the entrances where everyone was like wanting to get loud, then it felt very dull during the match, and we were kind of drawn out at that point. And then like that match more than ever needed the Seth masked man thing to just happen already, and then the Orton Cody turn thing, because up until that point they were kind of dead. And then when the only part of the match that you didn't, like Michael said, that you kind of were able to piece together before they even started was when it was Cody and Orton, because you really didn't know who was going to win. And then the second Drew came in, you knew that's where they were going with it. So it went from being, oh my God, what are they going to do, to it'll probably be Orton in about 5 seconds once he gets hit with his belt. Because we saw him, from our view, we literally saw McIntyre running the whole way. So we knew he was coming. He was right, like we were fully right behind. Like if they were coming out right here, we were right behind them. Straight in line with the ring. And then he was right to the right of us, just running down and like completely on the right.
And this brings up
walk right in.
This brings up another point. You know, I think when I told him, Graham, when I'm watching this, it just sounded dead. Like this is the big match of the night, and it just sounded dead. But then I go back to, if you're in the audience and you're watching this cage and you're trying to, it's like you don't really have a bird's eye view of what's going on unless you're watching it streaming.
No, I don't. Yeah, this wasn't a crowd issue. I don't. The booking of this match was just fucking awful. I don't know why you would give the Bronson Reed spot to Logan Paul, who is not Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker. It's not the same thing. Just pivot. Just do something different.
And then you have Austin Theory, who's absolutely a doofus nothing with
useless.
Them being there.
Man, this is. I mean, this isn't really chamber related, but they just got to scrap the Vision bullshit. It's just it's cursed. You know, to quote Danhausen, they're cursed. Maybe they can explain that the Vision is cursed because of Danhausen. I don't know. Maybe they can get creative with it. I don't know. Be fun. Do something creative for a change.
Seth is not medically cleared for any wrestling. He is still doing physio.
Well, I mean, Mania is not for another 2 months. Or
so I think by Mania he might be fine, but I still think it's a lot earlier. The one thing I was going to say too was that the chamber was literally like built like in kayfabe for like to keep everybody out, and we get
it's garbage. Yeah.
It's just known for someone to come in and beat somebody up. It's happened the last 5 years. It's insane.
When did I miss something? When I don't remember, and I may be wrong because Graham, you just did a whole deep dive into Elimination Chambers. Was that the rules all the time? You just walk in like
dude. The gate was open for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Is that the way it always was? I don't
know.
Remember that.
That's like LJ said, and that was meant to keep people out.
I'm like, so did they just walk in?
No, they literally just like with like the best view. Like we had the view of like once the second you had another fake guy, you knew everybody knew they were coming in after, and Seth literally just walked right in, and I was like at least make him climb the top and drop to the top or something.
So did McIntyre.
No, McIntyre walked right in. They left it open. The guys forgot to close it because they were chasing the other guy out, and he just walked right in.
The referee is just like, okay.
They don't give a shit. They don't care. Imagine if like TSA was this lax or something. I mean, this is ridiculous. They leave the gate open like it's nothing.
Hitting them in the head.
There was
I
two things
in there. They wouldn't.
There was two things that happened yesterday that was like they got to figure something out or just scrap it. I've been seeing people online saying they should scrap it completely and only do it when it matters, like the Hell in a Cell. Because during the women's match, I don't know if what they were showing on the TV, the first or second elimination, I think it was Kiana James and Asuka when they both got eliminated. They couldn't open the door; it was malfunctioning, and for like 2 or 3 minutes, they were like literally trying to manually take it out, and the crowd was booing, and they were chanting "You effed up." So I don't know if
I
they
did
were
not
like,
notice that.
They were literally sitting right there on the edge of the ring, and they couldn't get out. And then they fully opened it, and we were like, they should not close that for the rest of the night because it kept not opening up. So I was like, this is a mess.
Not move his arm. Can move his arm, but that is all. I think Seth didn't move his arms. He just used his leg and stomped the guy.
Yeah, it's very minimal. Yeah, very minimal.
Yeah.
Right. So do you think this means that Seth is now going to be a face?
Yeah, probably. But here's the thing. Here's my first thought after watching what we did last night. I mean, he was only out there for like a minute, so I can't really. I'm not saying that this is what they're going to do. I'm just saying what I want to say.
Bets on this. Go ahead.
Yeah, just going forward, he has to. If he's going to be a babyface, I would personally go with Tweener because I think he does his better work as a heel. But if he's going to be a babyface, he has to switch this shit up. Like, go back to being the badass, sort of babyface tweener guy that he was like 10 years ago, 8 years ago. The revolutionary shit, the music's got to change. The revolutionary, blah, 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 blah. I mean, listen, he's been doing that for years. It is so stagnant and stale. And he was doing that as a heel, too, before he got hurt. Same music, same shtick. He's been doing the same shit forever. And it's just like, all it is, I mean, the entire company's like this, but it's constant aura farming, as the kids say. Just like, blah, 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 blah. The entrance is 20 minutes. It's just so boring.
I think aura farming, like I literally believe you guys, and LJ, you could speak to this being there. Everybody's just like in a trance. Like they'll just say, but it's for everybody, not just Seth. What's the call to action? I'm gonna yeet. What's the call what's the call to action? I'm gonna hold up my one. All fine that there's audience and participation, all great. But I think at times you're just like brain dead. Like it's like, okay.
It becomes a problem, I think, because when the bell rings, they don't care. Like sometimes, and wasn't an issue with Chicago necessarily last night, but I noticed this on Raw and on SmackDown. They'll be so hot for the entrances. And I don't know. I mean, again, there's a bigger conversation to be had about who WWE is appealing to in 2026 with like the exorbitant ticket prices and all this other shit. But like, it's only about the entrances and about the moments. The actual matches, they don't care about. And some matches aren't amazing, but like some of these matches are ice cold. Like they're just dead quiet. I thought the Becky AJ match from earlier in the show was really good, but no one made any noise. I don't know.
We'll get to that. I was going to say back to the Seth thing. I'm with you. If he's going to be heel, great. If he's going to be, he's got to change it up.
Yeah.
I mean,
he has to. Yeah.
I love, Seth's my guy, but it's like he needs to change it up. And I don't know if they will. I'm not confident that they will. So I don't know. So what are we giving this? I can't stand Seth's music. I just can't.
At this point, I can't.
Seth's entrance theme is timeless.
It's a great song, but it's just they've done it to death.
I disagree. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I think it is broke. That's my problem.
Yeah, I think it is. Well, I mean, the argument might be, well, it's over and people chant it, so don't change it. But it's like the character is just, to me, very one-note dimensional. From what we were seeing before we got hurt, now I don't know. But like,
are we going to get Logan and Bad Bunny?
I would actually want to see. I don't think so, LJ.
I don't think. I would like to. I just don't think it's going to happen.
I agree.
I don't think. I think they would have been. I can't see them bringing him out like on a Raw to promote it. That's my problem. So that's why I don't think it'll happen.
It might be too late too, because like they already set up. I hope they don't do Rollins Logan. But why would you do what you did last night unless? Like, why would you set up Rollins and Logan, but then go to Logan Paul Bad Bunny? Honestly, I wouldn't care. If that makes nothing about this company right now really makes a whole lot of sense. Like the 4-way booking, like Cody losing and then getting a title shot on SmackDown on Friday is just.
We're gonna get to that. Yeah. I just want to go back. I want to talk.
We'll go back. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. What I want to ask you though is, they announced yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That the first hour of Mania will be free.
Oh yeah.
Right now, obviously, we've got ticket prices that are too bloated.
That's why
selling its why. That's why they're doing it. They've made some real bad fumbles here.
It's because nobody's paying $30 a month. Well, not a lot of people are paying the $30 a month to watch the dailies either.
Right.
Yeah.
And my point is, if they could put Logan and Bad Bunny, that would be a huge mainstream thing.
Yeah.
They've got 7 weeks to do it.
I mean, they might if they might have to call it in if they think it's going to help them out with like people going to the show and like watching it, because I don't know, as of right now, it doesn't look like the ticket prices actually are going down a lot because no one's buying any, and now I keep reading online about the whole blackout things in Chicago that you couldn't watch it. So I don't know. I really don't know what they're doing viewership wise, but the arena was sold out yesterday. So
man. They'll keep doing what they're doing. If they can keep it, then get it that many people.
That's why,
Yeah, I don't care.
So let's talk about the big thing. This just annoyed me. So Drew smashes Cody. Cody loses. His friend RKO's him. Randy's going, which is cool. I'm glad.
Yeah, I thought I like that. Yeah,
I think that's great.
And the crowd, it was awesome seeing that live. I love Randy. It was great. He got Cody got a like not the greatest reaction coming out like in person. It wasn't the full cheers you usually get. Orton was
they didn't want him to
was
win.
the heavy favorite.
That's
it makes sense
too. It was like
from a Chicago crowd. Orton was very very favored, which I was expecting. I felt like that's usually what you get. The older timer guy. Him and Punk were the two hottest guys yesterday.
So
Rhea.
So annoyed. Rhea, yeah, I was just so annoyed. So we get the Drew thing, and then we have the breaking news backstage segment, and Nick Aldis is going to Drew. I'd rather have seen Nick Aldis wrestle Drew, quite frankly.
That's what everybody keeps saying that online. That's what's going to happen.
Change it up. So anyways, of course, we're still going to get Cody in the main event at WrestleMania. Of course.
Yeah. Are we the fools? Did we really believe that was going to not?
I know. This was always inevitable. Yeah.
Doofuses are us. We're going to get Cody's going to face Drew on Friday Night SmackDown because of Drew's behavior for a chance at the title. So obviously it's going to be Cody and Randy. And then we're going to have 7 weeks of Cody Randy. Do you see Randy being the heel in that match at WrestleMania with Cody Randy? Or are we all going to be rooting for Randy?
I do think it's going to be what everybody's saying, which is like another thing like Graham is saying. It's very predictable. I think it's almost 100% we're getting the Fatal 4-Way now.
We have to. Yeah.
I think Fatu is going to cost Cody.
Yeah.
And then they're going to do Drew, Cody, Fatu, and Orton, which sucks for Orton because it's literally like not the point of the chamber. But I think that's where they're going to go, because I also think it's a cop out because you're just going to get everybody in there that you can't make a match for. But I feel like it's a cop out, but it's also probably the smartest thing to do, because even though I would not mind Orton Drew at all, I don't know what else you can do for Cody at Mania that's as enticing. We already saw Fatu Cody, and they didn't even have a real match, so I don't even know. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't do that.
Graham,
so I think we're getting the Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah.
Do you see Fatu coming in on Friday and taking out Drew and Cody?
Yeah, no, I completely agree with LJ. I mean, this is predictable, but I mean, in this case, I don't have an issue with it, because so I'm of a couple different mindsets here. The booking around this title scene has been such a fucking mess for months now. Okay, like they booked themselves into a corner to where they now have no choice but to do a 4-way. Even Orton and Drew, we've seen a few times. Cody and Drew, just put me out of my misery, please. Like they've been feuding for 7 months, dude. 7 months, and they're having another match on Friday. It's ridiculous. But that being said, the 4-way is interesting. Orton winning Chamber to earn a shot, only for these other two guys to get added, and I want them in there because it makes the match more interesting. If I'm Orton, I'm like, what's going on here? And then maybe that's the incentive for him to turn heel at some point. So there is possibility or potential there for it to be interesting. Realistically, they should have put the belt on Drew a lot sooner than they did. And then maybe by now Cody would have gotten it back. And you could have done Cody and Orton one-on-one, which I think would have been the Mania main event. And then done Fatu and McIntyre one-on-one as well. But they waited until 2 months ago to put the belt on Drew. At this point, it would kind of be egregious if they didn't have Drew walk in as champion, and Cody's going to be involved in that match. You don't really have any other ideas for him, like LJ just said. So it's got to be a 4-way. And honestly, maybe that's where Drew could retain. I don't think so, but maybe Fatu takes the title. The match itself genuinely feels unpredictable. I think they're going to get booed if you got the belt back, though.
Yeah.
I'm probably in the minority. If I'm going to go to WrestleMania and I'm a fan, I'd rather I get the one-on-one for the title.
I agree.
I don't like 4-ways for the title. It's
lazy.
It's lazy and it feels to me like we're not so sure we should go this way. We're not so sure we should go that way. So we'll put all 4 in them because we're really can't go with Cody again. And we really can't do this. And it takes it down a notch for me. For me, the prestige of that match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I also think that if you were advertising Saturday night main event, like Saturday night's Mania main event as Orton and Cody, and then you have Sunday night Roman Punk, those are 2 matches that you would sell so much for. And then if you're advertising the main event as a Fatal 4-way, it doesn't have that, like box office type of feel. But it's funny, I actually disagree with Michael. I actually think if I was in person, I'd rather see the 4-way than the one-on-one, only because I like the other 2 people. If it was like 2 other guys that didn't really deserve to, personally, if they threw like LA Knight in there, I would be like, all right, I don't want to see.
I'm just talking about
it's got to make sense.
Not necessarily necessarily those four. I'm saying
yeah. In general,
if it's a title bout at WrestleMania between two guys,
Yes.
very hyped up, it's more exciting to me than general a four-way. I get that it could be exciting with this four-way.
Yeah, that was my issue last year too with the I mean, listen, the triple threats we got last year, the booking and the build of those matches was not great. The women's build, that Rhea, Bianca, Io match was garbage. But then it was the best match all weekend. Roman, Punk, and Rollins. The build was good. It was fine. Why would you have a triple threat non-title match? It's kind of stupid. But it ended up being one of the best matches all weekend. So I do agree. Absolutely agree. I do agree, Michael. One-on-one matches are ideal for the Mania main event for a championship. Four-ways are like, oh, we don't have anything else for these people to do. Let's just put them all in there at once. But I just feel like this is the only option at this point because the main event scene has been like, Cody, we're going to have him destroy Drew for 6 months, and then he'll take the title on a fluke, which is like, okay, I'm glad Drew's champion, but they booked themselves into a corner. This is the only option that is somewhat interesting. So I'm cool with it.
They also advertised the 3 Stages in Hell match as Cody.
Yeah, that being it. Yeah.
Cody not being allowed to challenge for it anymore. Now he's just challenging for it again. That was literally the point.
Yeah. I think they hinted at it. I don't know if they actually said it, but they're like, yeah,
it just feels like it's so like easy to just like not bring up again. It's like it's like hoping we forget.
Yeah.
To me, all roads of this entire problem lead to Cody Rhodes because they don't know what to do. They strap the title on him. It, keeps winning it. It gets boring if he's holding the title for too long. Like, doesn't feel like the problem is Cody's our QB1. We don't really have a great story for him. There is no story like the 2 years with Roman Reigns. There's been
correct.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I agree, but I think that match, what LJ just said, Orton is that match. That's the match we've been waiting.
I'm on board Orton, Cody.
That's
so
the match.
Michael, would you rather have Cody just win on Friday and then do Cody Orton, or do you not think it's too soon to just have Cody beat Drew for the title?
I'm so sick of the Cody Drew thing. It's kind of like, you know what I mean? I'm just so done.
Yeah.
So did we not talk about this, you guys, a year ago? That at some point we wanted Cody Orton, and somebody would be a heel.
Yeah.
Was supposed to be Orton would be the heel, and the two friends' relationship would fall apart. Somehow we now possibly might have that. That's kind of what I wanted to see a year ago, or whenever Orton.
People were advertising this as the Mania match last year. Was Orton Cody as what they thought there was going to happen, and they ended up not doing it.
Dude, so I would it 2 years ago.
I would rather, yes, I think I would rather see, and of course, my stipulation here is if they knew how to build it up properly.
Yeah,
Cody Orton.
Okay,
but I'd be fine with Jacob Fatu winning the whole thing and taking the belt. That's kind of
that's the only thing that I think is enticing, like Graham said, about if they did do the 4-way, because you really could have any of those guys walk out of there, which I think is the more fun part of the match because you can have, especially if they do some type of like stipulation, which I feel like they possibly could because they sometimes they do that with these types of guys.
The belt
you can throw Fatu getting a roll up at the end and he's the freaking champion, which I thought think would be great. So
if we're going 4-way, if we go 4-way, then I would like Fatu to win.
I guess that's the problem with the guys in the match yesterday. There's two people that left yesterday that I have no idea what they're going to do at Mania, and it's LA Knight and Io, because now that Rhea won. So I don't know what they're going to do with those two people. But other than that, I feel like everything kind of looks like we could kind of predict who's going to go where besides those two.
Which is good because,
If Graham, assuming it's a fatal 4-way.
Yeah.
Who would you want to come out of Mania as that champ with Drew, Fatu, Orton, and Cody? Who do you think the best move is to make it at all interesting?
I think we can all agree it's Jacob Fatu. But if we're going to put our Paul Levesque on here for a second, it's going to be Jacob Fatu in 6 months or a year. It's too early if we're Triple H. It's long-term storytelling if we're Triple H. We got to keeping the belt on Drew, honestly, wouldn't be terrible because I think Drew is great. Putting the belt on Cody, I'm sorry, that's dog shit. I mean, that is just back on Cody is just so boring. And I like Cody. Cody is awesome. Cody's fantastic. He's in the right role. It's not a Cody problem. It's the booking of Cody. Because, where do you go after that? Orton winning the title, somewhat more interesting, but you got to turn him heel or Cody heel. I would turn Orton heel first, personally. Fatu is the best option. Why wait? This mentality, like, oh, it's Fatu's still like 30-something. It's like Javon Evans is, I mean, not that Javon's going to win a title tomorrow, but it's like he's 21. We got to wait another 10 years.
Why, you know what I mean? But honestly, to that point, how amazing would it be? Just give me a sec. A 21-year-old win. What if the 21-year-old won the title?
I wouldn't complain.
Would
Yeah,
you
I mean, he's
awesome.
awesome.
Complain? It's an interesting.
I think if Cody was to win the title at Mania, like if they were like, if I had to book this like the way I would want it to be, I'd rather Cody win it on Friday and then Orton just wins it at Mania, because I think that a quick turnaround would be kind of unpredictable, but that would lead to something where Orton won it that quickly because he turned heel or punted him in the head. Like I want Orton to punch somebody in the head at Mania. That's all I want.
The fans. We got Candace is back. If they do Orton versus Cody, $20, they say they will redo the Cena turn, meaning Cody will finally turn heel because Orton is now a face.
If they want to pull up, Cody turning heel, I would be surprised because I don't think they're going to do it yet.
Not yet, no.
I don't know what they're waiting for. Orton versus Cody should have happened a while ago. That's what I think.
Seems like that's where everyone feels, a lot of people
should happen. Cody's been in the company for 4 years now.
It wasn't working a lot. How many matches has Orton had over the last year? Okay.
When he's around, he works, but he disappears and then he leaves.
I would like to speak up for Randy Orton as a person who also had a double spinal fusion. It is pretty. I cannot tell you what Randy Orton must have gone through to get back to this, because
we're lucky he's even back.
I had his surgery, and I'm not as big and tall and big as Randy Orton, and I had his surgery. And it is not easy. And to come back and do I'm shocked. I am literally shocked that he's even wrestling, period. So I don't think he can wrestle all the time. Your back is effed up for
and he still goes on SmackDowns and stuff when he has to. So he could easily be like
he's not really part-time. I mean, he does come and go. It's not part-time as Brock Lesnar.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Orton works on SmackDown almost every week when he's around, and then they'll write him off for a couple months. Like I don't know if it's a scheduling thing that they worked out with him in his contract, but like he'll be around for a storyline for like 3-4 months. They'll have him get attacked by like the Bloodline or the MFTs or some shit, and he'll be gone for 2 months. He didn't get attacked the last time he disappeared. He was just gone for 3 months for some reason. They never explained why, but that's fine. I mean, that's better to me because it's like you're around for a season of a feud or something. If you put the belt on him, obviously he shouldn't disappear. That would be awful. I don't think they would, though. I don't think this is a Roman problem or a Brock issue. I think if Orton's here, he's here. And then if they don't have anything for him, or it's like, hey, just go take a vacation, your back's hurting, go take a break. I think that's fine.
LJ, you and I had a conversation. I wanted to bring this up to both of you. The Brock Lesnar problem. This is the other part of this.
Oh, my God. Don't get me started on Brock.
I want to get started on Brock before we go into the rest of the show.
Sure.
But we still have this Jey Uso mysteriously taken out, which clearly showed all of us he was never meant to win that match that Brock got injured in. So is that about anything? Is that Seth took Jey out? Like, who took Jey out?
So that was the problem that people have, is that technically, we're going to do the ones that are resolved and resolved. Right now, you have who beat up Jey. You still technically don't know who beat up Fatu.
Yeah.
You did the box storyline. Seth was the mystery man. Who was calling Adam Pearce? I don't know if we're going to even find any of.
We're never going to find that out.
Yeah. I'm saying, like, how many of these can you really do? Like
it's Scooby-Doo. I mean, it's WWE Scooby-Doo.
And I don't think they're gonna acknowledge Jey Uso who it was once. They're just gonna be like, oh, it's whatever. You can infer.
I think they will.
It just feels like is that gonna lead to anything, or is that just gonna be like it was?
Is it? Could it be Sami Zayn?
Yeah, it could be.
But he's crashing out a little bit.
He's crashing out, and there was this whole thing, you guys. This is really.
But what is this with this "I'm sorry" thing? I don't get it. Why do they keep doing that?
Is on Sirius XM and Busted Open. It was one person said, "What's with all these WWE superstars in the back? They're all depressed. Charlotte's depressed. Sammy's depressed. They're all like these depressed."
You have Gargano.
Yeah, everyone's depressed. Like, do they need like a therapist to come in the backstage vignettes? To testimonials like in the reality.
Kane and Daniel Bryan used to have one.
Yeah,
and Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose had one too.
Yeah,
maybe they got to bring
it back.
I saw Dean Ambrose clip. And I didn't realize how funny John Moxley was, because I can't stand the character in AEW.
Two totally different people.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do with Brock Lesnar and the Brock Lesnar challenge? And where do you see that going? And I thought, because LJ made a comment on our last show, that maybe Brock takes somebody out before Chamber and actually is in Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
That would require him to actually do his job. So I don't think that was going to happen.
Candace says, I'm repressed for the lack of good storytelling.
I would be depressed too if I was.
I
wouldn't. I don't blame him.
Yeah. Seth being the masked man wasn't the OG idea. It was last minute.
No, I think it was Seth. When they started doing the masked man thing at the Rumble, I think it's been Seth, yeah.
I think it was Seth until Seth could come back.
Yeah, I think the only pivot was it being Logan in the chamber and not Breaker or Reed because they got hurt. I think that's the only thing they changed. And when in reality, they should have just scrapped the whole thing.
Oh, I don't think we're getting that.
Oba and Brock?
I don't think so.
I think it's 50-50 right now.
I feel like, I don't know. I don't think they're either gonna. I don't think it's necessarily smart personally to have like Oba just beat Lesnar in his first match like back at Mania in all these years, and then like what do you do with Lesnar after that? Like who's gonna think he's like, I don't know.
Does Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar, guys, does that float your boat? Was that exciting to you?
To me, yeah.
I think it'd be interesting to see that on the card, but like I have a feeling they might literally just have Lesnar beat him, and I don't want to see that. I really think they would. I really think they would.
No, I agree. It's 50-50.
Like, I thought it would have been better off having Oba eliminate him in the chamber in the Rumble and then just not doing that match for a little bit longer. Because then he only fell over the top rope. Like, you had LA Knight and Cody do it. Like, did it really during Jey Uso's entrance? It was so like that's when you do it. I don't think you have a Mania match that you build for 6 weeks or whenever someone's gonna like do the Oba challenge. I don't know what else they're gonna do.
Oba jobbing to.
Everybody online keeps saying that LA Knight's gonna fight Lesnar, which I think is even worse. So they're just gonna feed Knight to Lesnar.
What?
Because Lesnar's gonna beat him. That's what they're gonna do.
Wait, is there not a Brock Lesnar WrestleMania challenge now?
Yeah.
But LA Knight can answer it though.
Yeah.
And whoever has to answer it before Mania. First of all, that segment on Raw last week was terrible. I can't.
And I think they're gonna do that every week now until somebody answers it.
That's just awful, man.
SummerSlam from Grandmaster.
I mean, yeah, that's possible.
It just feels like they're going with the Rey Mysterio Gunther match, which everyone keeps.
Yeah, I've seen people say that. That's just forced. I mean, I like Rey. I like Gunther. That's just like that's not Mania worthy. We've seen it before. There's no story there. He's not retiring Rey. Rey's not done at Mania. He shouldn't be the one to retire Rey anyway. This is the whole thing with Brock. I mean, Gunther, genuinely, no idea what they did with Gunther at Mania. And I think Dragon Lee he's facing on Monday, nor is that a Mania match. But with Brock, though, Brock has just got to go away. Like, if the question is, what do we do with Brock after WrestleMania? The answer is, I have it written down right here. The answer is nothing. Okay, the answer is absolutely nothing. The value of Brock is fucking dirt. It's below zero. I have no interest in Brock Lesnar at this point at all. The fact that he was even brought back at SummerSlam was questionable enough.
That is my thing.
He has no value at this point. Him losing to Oba would be nice. That would be a nice endorsement of Oba. There is nothing to be gained from continuing to push or book Brock Lesnar. He gets a good reaction when he comes out, but what more can you do with him creatively that would be remotely interesting? Oba maybe, but other than that, the guy, he phones it in every single time. I mean, the Cena match was just, what even was that at WrestlePalooza? I mean, the War Game stuff was cool because we don't see him on a team all that often. So I thought that was creative. But there's just everything. Brock is like the relic of like the Vince era of where we just throw him out there. And the open challenge might be the most devoid of creativity thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Just get him out of there.
And I am appalled that he wasn't even let back in. That's story number one.
He should not have been, for other reasons, but
other reasons that
And like I was gonna say, like being Michael, you were there too. The star power, it's probably still there. Like he got an enormous, like obliterating pop at SummerSlam. Like
he did.
Person, it was loud, but I think that was he's cool like to look at when he comes and does his entrance and stuff. But About the open challenge thing specifically, I seriously think they don't, and they actually still don't know what they're doing, and that's just their way.
It's even worse.
Promoting it.
Yeah.
I don't think they know. I think they actually do not know, and the open challenge is real, and they're really just gonna figure it out by the time. Yeah. I think they're gonna advertise it. I think he's gonna come out on Raw because he's advertised for the next 6 weeks. Do nothing, and then walk out with Heyman. They're also. I'd rather him be by himself. I don't even think the Heyman has to be with him anymore. Because I think that'd be even more of a better storyline.
What do you guys think of this? First of all, I think the Paul Heyman thing is making no sense. Now he's with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Now I think Heyman's character is that he just takes multiple clients now. He doesn't
give a fuck.
I don't understand what's going on with Paul Heyman. But the only thing I can think that would redeem the entire thing, since the Seth thing fell apart and everybody got injured, is at WrestleMania. Somehow Heyman comes out in the Punk Roman match.
Yeah.
Because remember, he's best friends with Punk, and he reunites with Roman. I don't know what do you do with Paul Heyman? He's aimlessly wandering around.
I would ship him away too. If we don't need him on, I like Paul. Paul Heyman has more value at this point than Brock, who has fucking nothing. I'm sorry. Even beating Brock doesn't mean as much as it would have 5 years ago. But Paul Heyman, he's overexposed. The Vision thing, we were there. Were you at the post WrestleMania Raw last year, LJ, or no?
No, I was not.
Okay.
Yeah.
You went to Mania, right? You were at Mania? Okay, yeah. So, Michael, I think I wasn't sitting next to you, but you were at that show too, right? Or no, did you not go to that show?
What show?
The Raw.
The post WrestleMania Raw last year.
No.
In Vegas.
Okay. Well, we were texting after. That's what I'm thinking. We were texting. We were excited about it. We were like, oh, this is cool.
I had left.
Okay, you had left by that point, yes. And I thought it was a great angle. I actually didn't mind the Vision, or don't mind the Vision, the current incarnation. Like, what the fuck are we even doing? But when it first started, it was somewhat interesting. And it just never really clicked, and it didn't really work. We got to move on from this. It really just feels like an excuse for Paul Heyman to be on the show. Like, just put him in creative. He's already in the Hall of Fame. The Roman run was incredible. We told that story. What more can you do with him? Like, is he really benefiting Austin Theory in 2026 by being paired with him? The answer is no.
Yeah,
like,
I completely agree with you when it comes to that, because I think the sad part of this whole thing that I think a lot of us maybe don't realize at the time is that bloodline story really was just that good, and we're not going to you're like you said, you're not going to recreate it. So it's going to be really hard for him to be on the show and not to be like, this isn't as good as anything they did for the last 3 years, basically 3-4 years of being on TV.
You do not see Paul Heyman, what I'm trying to say is, because he's kind of like floating around, he's got the crappy Vision. He comes out with Brock, who's sometimes there. He has no kind of real point. He's just there. And he comes in and does this stupid thing. Do you not see him somehow showing up at the Punk Roman match, who has history with both?
It depends if they're gonna try to scrap the idea and just like go a different way with it. Because if like technically, like, I don't think it would make sense, but I guess if they're going to have him managing Lesnar and the Vision, they can have him managing somebody else too. Like, I feel like it doesn't matter.
Mike. Yeah, listen. You talk about him
listen to me now.
Him getting involved. Yeah. Him getting involved with
here. These guys can't think of anything to do. They'll go back and recycle it. I don't know. I just would like Roman. What is Roman? Is he our face?
I don't know. I think Roman he's Roman Reigns. He's like what Brock's been for the last 10, 15 years. He's not a face. He's not a heel. He's just Roman Reigns. He's Brock Lesnar. And I think that's fine. Hey, listen, you know what I ask for? I don't really ask for much. Just give me good television. Okay? I don't give a shit. Just give me good promos.
Your bar so much.
I know, but they've really lowered my bar. And listen, I watched these shows. I enjoyed Chamber overall. I mean, I enjoyed the show. At the end of the day, I am a wrestling fan. I love WWE. I love AEW. I just want the shows I want them to be more interesting, honestly, for other people, because I will always watch, whether I have to or not. I enjoy the show.
And that's our problem, is that we're too addicted.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We'll never. It doesn't matter. We'll just watch it aimlessly.
Specifically now, though, because it's like the Vince thing was one thing, is that guy he might as well be like, he was so devoid of ideas by the end.
Yeah.
And he's a walking corpse even in 2026. But Triple H, we know how much better he could be because we saw it 2 years ago. We know they're clearly just resting on their laurels. Okay, because it's all about the gates. We hear about the gates. Oh, the biggest arena. And like, we didn't hear about that a few years ago because they weren't breaking any records, obviously. Maybe if they were, they would have boasted about it more. But it's just like I don't know, just focus on good creative. Get Pritchard out of there. If you guys watched Unreal, get all those old heads out of there. You know, Pritchard, Road Dogg.
I mean, look at SmackDown. They it's been really, really interesting. Personally, I think it's been good, and
it's been better.
They had the new writer that they brought up, which I thought has been doing a pretty good job. I just like it better than Raw, because Raw has felt a little stale to me for a couple months.
Well, Raw just seems drawn out now, where before I felt that on SmackDown.
And I get, and the only excuse I'll give Raw is that they're two, like, Breaker and Bronson just getting hurt, and all these guys, and Seth getting hurt. It's definitely been hard to work around that. And Dom was hurt for a while, and
people are talking
all
about
these
Dom
people.
Mysterio. Where does Dom? Oh, well, we'll get into this in a minute. Okay, let's talk about Punk Balor. So I want to know. So he comes out, our guy Punk.
Yeah, that was awesome.
What was it like? It was amazing, right?
Yeah,
amazing.
It was really cool.
Amazing. And then he comes out. Here's the entrance. And then I think you sent me. Did you send me?
Like,
Yeah, that was being behind the fireworks was pretty cool. I've never been behind them before.
Yeah, those are cool seats.
I did like this. I thought Punk, Punk is so good he's just great on camera. So that entire segment about Chicago, it was good.
Yeah, it was really I have never been, like, seriously, I can seriously say that I've never been in an arena or at a show like that's in love with that one wrestler like CM Punk, and seeing it live was crazy. Like, it was insane. And Finn Balor didn't get booed, by the way. Everyone did his entrance.
He was great.
Everybody cheered for him. We're just gonna cheer for both people because we like CM Punk too.
Yeah.
So that's why I liked everything about that whole match.
That was the best part of the show,
itself.
I think. Yeah.
That was great. The best part was CM Punk intro and his jacket in honor of Larry.
Yeah, and the match was really good too. I thought the whole thing was really well done. I thought we were going to get Judgment Day interference and shit, and which would have been fun.
I thought it was great. Yeah,
really good match. Balor was great. Punk was great.
Finn Balor was so great in this match. I mean, there were a couple coup de grace. There was, these shots are great. There was Punk. There was a lot.
That was the best. That was the rollover into the figure four was awesome.
Awesome. There is Punk bleeding out of his mouth, which his wife was also bleeding out of her mouth. So if you're part of that family, you're bleeding out of your mouth during the thing. And then there was the end. And at the end, this is key. They shook hands because Finn walked up to Punk, and we didn't know whether he was going to swerve him. And also there was that moment when Balor looked to the entrance to see if any of the Judgment Day might have been coming. There's a lot of things. I do not see any way, if they do not change this on Monday, the Judgment Day's got to turn on him. Mm-hmm. He's now showed he has respect for Punk. Yeah. He was basically a good guy in this match. Balor, to me, was a face in this match too. I did not feel like this was heel Finn Balor. He did a respectful match. It was a really good match. I think this was the best match.
It was great. It was I think that was we don't get a lot of matches like that on WWE television, at least. And it was most of them that are in that style of match are Punk, which I think Punk's on a crazy run right now. It's like one of his best ever. He really is really good. And seeing him, I thought his gear was great. I liked the knee pad, the knee pads and the Blackhawks on the side. Him and Finn have really good chemistry. Like Michael's saying, if it doesn't lead to something with him and Dom at Mania, then they don't know. They really don't know what they're doing. That's the only way this can go.
Zephyr said the match was good, but I wasn't invested because I knew that Balor had no chance of winning. I didn't feel Balor would win, but I was on the is this going to be clean or is Judgment Day coming out? That was kind of my
That was the bigger question. Yeah.
Graham, what did you think? A missed opportunity, good match. Where does it go from here? Do you not see it's time to Finn to move on, or do you think this is all a big nothing?
Yeah, well, first, I really liked the match. I thought it was the best part of the show. The best part of the show was the entrance. The Bulls entrance was great. They got Michael Jordan's, announcer to do the introduction for Punk. Oh, that was awesome. That was fantastic.
And let's just clarify for those that don't know, the music they played from Alan Parsons' project is what they played for the Bulls, the big championship team with Michael Jordan and Scotty and everybody. That's what they would play at the United Center. That's what they would play. Yeah. And it was such an ode to Chicago. And I also love the fact that Punk wore that Chicago Blackhawks thing. Yeah. It was really cool. Go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, no, loved it. The match itself was great. Glad Balor's keeping his OG music because that's a great song. I mean, music makes a difference, and that really gives him more aura. To steal a word there, I think that's he's on a roll right now as Finn Balor because their initial match in Ireland was also really, really good.
Yeah.
And I expected some Judgment Day, backfiring of interference here because we didn't get any interference in the first match. I was pleasantly surprised that we didn't get that. So yes, we have to move forward with the Judgment Day thing. I feel like we've been saying this now for 3 years, but it's true. Like we really do have to move forward with Balor leaving the group. At one point, I thought it would be Dom and Liv, but if Balor's respecting Punk and he's shaking his hand, they got him going that direction of Balor being the babyface in that match at Mania. And honestly, this might be just me. I don't think that match needs the Intercontinental Championship. I think they're doing Dom and Penta for the title on Monday. I would put the belt on Penta. I think he needs it more.
I was going to say that as a fan of the guys that I'm fans of, like personally, like if I was like to literally choose my dream scenario, it would literally be Punk costing Dom the title and Penta winning. Because I really want to see Penta hold the title and go into Mania as the champion. And then you could do Punk, like you said, Punk Dom without the title at Mania, which I think would be good. And a good way to kind of do both.
Punk or
not Punk, Finn Balor. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, Finn costs
Dom the title on Raw.
Penta on Raw on Monday. Then you
could do a whole fresh thing with Penta. You could do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You could do literally anything you want at WrestleMania.
But
then you have the other way with you. But Finn doesn't need the IC championship.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Yeah.
I think Dom and Balor, but first of all, the match itself sells itself. But you do Dom versus Balor as the Demon, no title involved. That honestly is an attraction. That's one of the more anticipated matches at Mania. Yeah. I don't know if that's a low bar for Mania, but that sounds like a cool match to me.
I was gonna say, remember months ago? Didn't it seem months ago that Finn was just going to be the bad guy in the and everything? And
they changed, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
Right?
They've constantly gone back and forth.
Because of Ireland, because of when they did the match overseas.
Yeah. That might have been where they pivoted. Yeah, I mean, it really did look like Dom would break off as the babyface, and he's so organically over that you could go in that direction. But if you did that, you would kind of have to keep him with Liv, who would also have to go babyface. And I don't know if they're going in that direction yet. I don't know who's going face and who's going heel. As long as it's interesting and they move this shit forward and they finally break up the group, that's all I care about. But yeah, it did look like Finn would be the heel there for a while, and I guess not anymore, which is fine by me.
It seems the way it's going is we're going to have Dom stick with Liv, Finn becomes a face, and then, which we'll get to Raquel in a minute, I mean, it's got to fall apart between Raquel and
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that they might do some type of storyline like where not like together, but like Raquel and Finn kind of break off, and then Liv and Dom are like together, and the whole thing just gets, and poor JD just gets thrown to the side. But he's not really. I feel like he just doesn't have his own storyline there. So I feel like once they actually do separate fully, everybody else will kind of be okay besides him. But I guess he'll just go into the IC title picture.
4 matches in 3 hours. Okay. Yes.
And Danhausen.
Plenty of advertising.
Yeah, I heard there were commercials. There usually isn't full commercials.
Yeah.
And then losing tons of money.
Actually, I think that's the one thing they're not doing. Sadly.
No, they're definitely not losing money.
They're doing the opposite, actually.
Yeah. So let's just go back one sec. Men's Chamber. What are we grading that? What is the grade for Men's Chamber?
I think if I had to like include everything, I would give it like a B, just because I liked the ending. But I don't know. Maybe that's too giving. Maybe a C+. Like of the actual match itself. But everything else, all the other matches, I actually really enjoyed.
The finish, I thought they redeemed. They didn't. I mean, it doesn't salvage the match for me, but the finish was well done. Even though the interference is garbage, but they kind of had to do that, like I said, for it to make sense.
Minus.
Yeah, I would have gone F if Cody just after the match that we got, and Cody. And I'm not one to give out Fs easily, but if the match was what it was, and then Cody won decisively, I would go F. That would have been awful. And there was no interference from Drew or whatever. I'll probably go C minus. I think the finish was well done, and we got Rollins back, even though it was really predictable. Everything about the first 3 quarters of the match, though, I hated. So I'd probably have to go C minus or D plus. I don't know.
You're the only person in the universe apparently that likes Seth.
No, I like Seth. I don't think wrestling fans can't differentiate. In my opinion, again, there's a bigger conversation to be had here. But oh my god, I hate Rollins. But then they genuinely hate Rollins. Where if I with Rollins, I think Rollins is amazing. He's always been one of my favorites, but the booking of Rollins is my issue. And I think he's been boring as a character for a while. Rollins himself, I think, is excellent. Fans can't differentiate. They think, oh, he's terrible. He can't wrestle. What are you talking about? Just because you don't like the guy's booking doesn't mean he's terrible. Wrestling fans are weird. I think Rollins is great, but the booking is questionable.
Okay, so what are we giving Punk Balor?
I give it an A.
Yeah, it's an A, I think, honestly. Everything about it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's an A.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's talk about a women's chamber for a minute. So Asuka, Rhea kicks her leg and everybody goes nuts. What was that like, LJ, in the stadium?
So not even just Rhea, every single one of them got a thunderous pop. I think it was also a combination of it being the first match and everyone was really excited and to be there. It was cool. We just watched the chamber go down, but everybody got a pop. Asuka got a pop. Raquel was a big favorite, but the Rhea pop in person, it really is crazy. She's 25, 26 years old, and I don't know how long she's just going to be the most popular thing on every single show, but she is, and she deserves to be. But she's
I love Raquel.
Awesome. So I was rooting for. If I had a favorite in the match, I think she's great. She's hilarious. We were able to see her. I don't know if the camera was on her, but Raquel was laughing and smiling at the people, pointing at them because they were right in front of her. She's really good. She just, and then when Raquel got eliminated and they're walking towards us, the camera's not even on them. The camera wasn't on Raquel the whole time, and she's rolling out of the arena. It took her 25 minutes to get out of the ramp because she couldn't get up because she was in so much pain. It was hilarious. I thought she was great.
I feel like the stars of this match, in my opinion, were Tiffany, Stratton, and Raquel. They were the ones that did all the moves. Kiana James and her purse. I don't know what I think of this, which we'll get into. And then we had Alexa and Tiffy Time. Okay, Graham, tell me what you thought of this match. And who did you think was the stars of it? I was rooting for Raquel as well, LJ. That's who I wanted to win. You knew once they dropped the tag titles on SmackDown. This is another predictable thing. You knew when they dropped it right before it was going to be Rhea. Did we not?
I mean, it wasn't obvious, but it did increase her chances for sure. Definitely. When she lost the tag titles.
How did you think of this match? And did you think Raquel and Tiffany were the standouts, or who do you think was in that match?
No, I would agree with that. Yeah, going to Kiana James for a second, I have made it extremely clear in the past, I really don't care about Kiana James. I think they have far more talented women with much higher ceilings. That being said, though, I did think she did well in this match. I think the Rumble performance, people were going gaga over. I'm like, the fuck that she did nothing. She literally did nothing in that match. I thought she was a lot better in this match. The purse is so Bush League. It's what are we doing? It screams like indie gimmick.
The purse is almost.
The purse is awful.
It's just why is she, I don't understand. There's a disconnect for me. Why are you wearing the purse?
I don't know.
What is
she's a businesswoman or something? I'm not really sure.
Wearing an outfit like that,
yeah, she looks like she definitely doesn't look like a businesswoman. Let's put it that way, based on her gear. But she was impressive. I thought she had a good showing in that match. I thought Tiffany did great. She looked awesome. Raquel's improved a lot. I can't speak enough to how far she's come within the last year alone, to be honest with you. Not only just in the ring, after of all people, Kevin Nash kind of motivating her to do better, which was kind of crazy. And then like character-wise, she's kind of putting everything together too. I think Rhea was the right choice, honestly, just because Rhea's the biggest star in the match, and you don't always go with your top stars. Like, oh, Cody's the biggest star in the match. You got to go with Cody. Not necessarily the case. With Rhea and Jade on paper, the match to me isn't like, I can't wait for it. Honestly, like, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, I get it. Cool. Like, it's an attraction. And the Bianca thing really messed them up because Bianca was the only opponent for Jade at Mania this year that I think a lot of people wanted to see. That was the only match that really made sense.
Don't get Michael started.
I can only imagine. I know we've talked about it. That match last year was incredible, and we haven't seen her since. I'm very still pissed about that. And I was holding out hope, as a wrestling mark with my tinfoil hat on. Oh, maybe she'll come out in the box, or like maybe she'll still return. Who knows?
If she
walked out of the box,
I was really done. That would be it. Like,
I know that would have been great.
There in a box. Please.
Yeah, I was hoping, but I was hoping she'd be on the show.
I don't get the purse gimmick. Thank you very much. I don't get it.
Yeah, but I enjoyed the match. Rhea makes sense to win, though, in my opinion.
The first half of the match, and Raquel was MVP the second half of the match. So here's the thing: when Raquel Rodriguez, before she went, remember she was on and then she left and she got injured.
Raquel, yes.
When she was first on and she first came on, I was like, this girl's going to be a big star, and they did nothing with her. Nothing.
No, she just had that back thing where she went like this all the time and she showed off her back. It was terrible.
Face and nothing. And I'm like, this is the girl. I am so glad they put this together. Do you guys not see how do we get Raquel in the title picture with the live thing?
I think it's going to be, I've been saying it for a few months. I think that'll be one of the first feuds Liv has.
After Mania.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to wait long for that. I think there's a better shot that match happens before the Finn Dom match, because I feel like that's the one they're just going to forget. They're going to forget to put it on Mania and then delay it because they don't care about them.
LJ, what's going to happen? Say this again.
I feel like there's a better chance they have that match, the Raquel Liv match, before the Finn versus Dom match, because everybody wants to see that one, and they're teasing that one more than they are them turning on each other, Finn and Dom. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they might do that one first. I wish there was a way. I personally really wanted it to be, who cares, and let's go Raquel versus Jade and Liv versus Stephanie and have them both champion. That would have been awesome. Just change it up.
I thought
that's something cool.
I thought something like that should happen. So therefore, jealous Liv screws Raquel in that match or something. So then it's Liv Raquel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then what do you do with Rhea, though, is my question. I would not put her in the tag titles. I mean, the tag titles, I think they had a great run as tag champs with Rhea and Io. Them facing the Bellas is, I'm sorry, that's just ass water. That sounds terrible.
That's probably who's going to end up winning the title at Mania, I think.
The Bellas.
The Bellas?
Yeah.
I think they're going to be in the match of some sort, like some multi-match.
No, that's fine.
Tag thing.
That's fine, but Rhea and Io are better than that, in my opinion. Yeah. They shouldn't be in that match.
So guys, what do we do with Io? Who's the best?
So that's the question. I think, LJ mentioned that before, what do you do with Io now that Rhea won the Chamber? I mean, honestly, before she won the Chamber, you could have done Rhea and Io, even if they weren't turning on each other. You could have done the Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero thing from WrestleMania 21, where they were friends. Hey, we have nothing else to do. Let's fucking face each other at WrestleMania. I feel like that would have been cool.
I guess they're going to go Julia.
Wait. Didn't Rhea and Io have that fantastic match? They wrestled. Rhea and Io had that big match. Where was that match? They wrestled.
That was at Evolution last year. You're talking about Rhea and Io? Yeah.
It was so incredible.
Oh, it was amazing, yeah.
So they can, a match with them would be amazing, but I don't want them to turn Io. You think they'll turn her bad?
No, I don't think that, like I said, they're not doing that match because obviously Rhea's facing Jade. But if they did, I don't think you have to turn either of them, and I don't think you should. I think that would just be to keep them busy. It's not an issue of what you do with Rhea and Io. It's more so they had nothing for Jade because that SmackDown Women's division, there's a lot of good women there. It's a depleted division. She's not facing fucking B-Fab at WrestleMania. She has to face someone of equal value. So they're picking from the Raw roster, which has far more stars. So I get it. With Io, you have Julia. Io and Julia to me sounds awesome. Yeah. Based on the booking for Julia, I don't think Julia, she'd be lucky if she even sniffs the SmackDown before WrestleMania.
She's just.
I guess that's the only way to really get her on is if you.
What about Asuka though? They never finished that feud.
You could go Asuka. Yeah,
they'd have to really reheat up that issue.
How do we have Asuka and Alexa because she's put the mist in her face? So is that going to give Alexa Asuka something now?
Maybe. But what about Charlotte?
Where
What do you do with? Oh my God, there's gonna be. You know what I'm realizing?
Charlotte's
You know what I'm
depressed.
realizing? There's gonna be so many people off this Mania card on the 2-night Mania card that probably aren't gonna be on it and deserve to be on it. Thinking about all these other people that don't have storylines.
Do you
No, I
think
agree.
four matches, not even
No, God, no.
Well,
don't
now
say that.
did you see that Mania starts?
30 matches or just 4?
It's gonna be like 6.
They're
or 7, I think.
They're starting Mania at like 2 hours early this year, like the actual card.
I know. Honestly, yes. Thank God. I'm glad.
It starts at 2:30 Vegas time.
Yes.
Usually it starts at 5:30.
Yeah.
That's
true.
crazy. That's so early.
That's so.
I'm fine with that. It's better. It's not stand and deliver 8 o'clock in the morning early, but I'll take that. If I'm sleeping by midnight, I call that a good day. So that's fine by me.
I wonder why they're doing that, because of more people being able to see it everywhere.
Maybe it's an ESPN thing because they want that.
Also, because they're doing the first hour early.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Watch, they're doing this first hour early, and it's going to be like a live pre-show. That's like what it's going to feel like. They're gonna.
It's like 0 hour for 8.
Yeah, you don't want a free pre-show with Peter Rosenberg giving you his predictions. That sounds like it's well worth the investment. Come on,
girl, Jackie Redmond.
I like Jackie Redmond. I think she's actually great.
Okay.
You know what they should do? They should have Jay come out and yeet for the first hour.
It would take that long to get to the ring before then he's blown up. But yeah,
it's like 30 minutes of eating. So again, coming out of this Elimination Chamber, who is your stars were Tiffany, and do you agree with me?
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm also intrigued to see where Tiffany goes for Mania. It feels like they're Tiffany with Julia. They're teasing Chelsea though a lot.
Yeah, I could see. Yeah,
last few weeks.
For the U.S. title.
So Chelsea's really injured, correct?
Yeah, but I think they're exaggerating it.
Yeah, I think she's gonna. I don't think they'd be having to do these physical things if she was like gonna get worse. So I think she'll be fine.
Did you guys see the clip when she played Laurel in that wedding? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, in TNA, I know what you're talking about.
I literally was in bed. I'm scrolling through my phone.
Mm-hmm.
That was the best wedding of all time. I have never laughed so hard. Talk about ridiculous, soapy, over the top, and her drinking the champagne.
Yeah, bottle. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
I didn't realize she was Laurel, and I didn't.
Yeah, she's made the round. She's been all over the place. And honestly, the funny thing is, I actually didn't love her work in TNA. I thought that like the crazy bride character she was doing in TNA, I thought was too over the top. And when WWE was rumoring to bring her back, because she used to work there and then she got fired, I'm thinking, man, what Triple H? I think he might be cooked. Like this, what a waste of a decision. Like there's so many more women they could bring back or push instead. And I'm happy to have been wrong. She has been awesome the last 3 or 4 years. She has been excellent. She's a great character. And here's what I would do personally. They're not going to do it, but they're, like LJ said, they're teasing something with her and Tiffany. I think Tiffany's great too. Honestly, if you really want to make it feel real, you incorporate the comments from Unreal about Michael Hayes saying, yeah, we use Chelsea to kind of make the Tiffany's look better. And I would do maybe a double turn. People really like Chelsea. Tiffany's better as a heel. That's a feud that I don't think that's a Mania match because they have so many matches they have to book that would get left off the card. But that would be a really intriguing feud beyond what we're just getting right now. That's what I would do personally.
You know,
I think that'd be really smart.
I do too. Yeah. And Tiffany teased in an interview leading up to Chamber, didn't she say, was it on ESPN? I can't remember where I saw it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
She said, like, I'm just you watch, you'll see me be a little more heelish.
Yeah, she also
Yeah, and I also think that'd be a perfect to get them on the card and continue that storyline and also like make it Mania worthy. I guess you could just throw Julia in there and have the triple threat. Just because like I like you said, I can't see them doing Chelsea Tiffany at Mania. Like I feel like they might get put on the SmackDown before, but if you throw the title in there, it gets
maybe
bumped up a little bit higher because every title should be on the Mania card. But that's a separate conversation.
Rooting for Chelsea, we love her. Like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think the Unreal thing only enforced that. I mean, she really got she was already over, but I think people saw that and were like, yeah, you know what? Fuck Michael Hayes or whatever. Let's get Chelsea on the show and really push her. So I think my other thing is that just to be realistic, I think they should have more women's matches at Mania. But based on the last couple of years, the way that I look at it is they have 2 women's matches one night, 2 women's matches the next night. They should and could have more. I don't think they will. This is Triple H we're talking about. They just won't do that. We're lucky we even get 4 because it used to be like 1 if we at most. But now 4 is like average. We should have more than that. But my point is we're getting Jade and Rhea. We're getting Liv and Stephanie. a tag title match. We established that. And Becky and AJ probably part 2. That's why I don't think they'll add a 5th match with Tiffany, Julia, and Chelsea. I mean, you could realistically. I just don't think with all the other missing pieces of like, you have to have a Raw tag title match because they're not going to have a Mania without Jey Uso. So like him, the IC title, all this other stuff, there's only so many spots. So that's why I think she would probably end up on the SmackDown before
EO
Mania.
not in WrestleMania, or did you mention her?
Oh, no. So that's another thing. I didn't even mention EO and Asuka. So would they make the card? EO better. She's one of their biggest stars and she's amazing. So I don't know where these people.
Yeah, I also can't see a Mania without Charlotte either. So you have to think where she gets put into the
Charlotte.
I think she'd probably team with Alexa and maybe they split off after Mania, but they would probably be in the tag title match.
It feels like they're gonna do a tag title big match that a lot of people are gonna get in to have as their big match with all the girls in it because like that's the perfect match to do it for.
Yeah, which is fine. Yeah.
Discussion that Alexa and Charlotte break up and it would be Alexa as the heel.
I think they're gonna do that. Like they're gonna do it at some point, obviously, to like just continue the feud. But I don't think it like needs to happen at Mania. I don't think it's big enough to like be like, oh my god, they turned on each other because they weren't friends anyway. It's like if they did like when they did Jay and Jimmy, like that was a big deal. But I can't see them doing it now.
Do it all if she's not a heel. She tried so hard to be a face. And
the crowd seems to like her, so
she's working now as a face. Yeah, I agree.
I think it'd be better off doing what you said and flipping the roles and having her be the face.
I think Alexa should be the heel. Speaking of women, let's get to the. So, what are we giving Women's Chamber?
I thought it was good. I get like a B plus.
Yeah, I'd probably go B. Yeah, I think it was good. B plus. Yeah, I think it was a good match. I enjoyed it.
So we've got Becky, big time Bex, Becky and AJ Lee for the IC title.
Yeah,
and it was AJ Lee's first solo match in over a decade. And I want to know how you hear she is kicking her face. What did you think of this? And eventually AJ wins in Chicago. And I want to know what you thought of the match. Do you think AJ did okay in the match?
I thought she did way better than I expected.
I agree.
I thought the match was fine. I actually liked it probably second most on the card, if not the same as the Women's Chamber. I thought it was good. I was surprised that she won. I thought that she was going to lose.
Me too.
For sure, especially after like when they did already the ref bump twice. I thought she was definitely going to lose, and I was pleasantly surprised to see her tap her out again. So I'm intrigued because she's made her tap out 3 times now. So
yeah,
I wonder where they're going to go with that, or that she just has her number.
I think that's great. I was going to say, I was pleasantly surprised. I thought AJ would come in and clunk it all up, and she didn't. It wasn't. It
was her best match since coming back, for sure.
Oh yeah,
individually at least.
Individually, Graham, what's your thoughts on this match?
Yeah, well, I'm just curious before I go forward with my thoughts on the match. LJ, what was the reaction in the building? Because you guys, the crowd sounded quiet. I thought the match was like really good, better than I thought.
She got a big pop when she came out.
Yeah,
and the crowd was in the beginning of the match, like just getting into it, I think. But towards the end, like when they had the close call with Becky giving her finisher and the post, and then kicking out, the crowd got loud. And she won. She got a big pop.
Okay.
I think it was more of a surprise pop because they didn't think she was going to win.
Yeah.
Graham, that was the thing. I think I texted you, LJ. It just when she came out, it didn't sound as big as I thought it would.
Yeah.
Oh no, that pop was fine. I'm just talking more so during like the first half of the match.
The first half was quiet. The first half was quiet for sure.
And I don't know. Yeah. I'm not saying this is a Chicago problem. I think it just goes back, in my opinion, to what I was saying earlier, like what these crowds consist of. I mean, for every hardcore fan such as yourself, LJ, or like any of us, I feel like there's so many more people in the crowds these days that are just there for the fucking entrances and don't care about the matches.
Yeah, no, it's true.
You know,
it is.
If this was an AEW, like this was exactly. If this was in an AEW ring, this match, they would be going like fucking bananas over this shit. I think.
I know.
And I thought it was a really good match. And the AJ winning was surprising. I don't have an issue with that. My only thing was if AJ wins here, Becky's got to win at Mania. And honestly, long term, that might make more sense because we talk about part timers. AJ seems like she's a part timer. Like she's not going to wrestle on Raw all that often, if at all. She can't walk out of Mania with the belt if she's not going to be around. So if Becky gets the belt back in Mania, that's fine. And she has to beat AJ at some point. She's tapped out to her 3 times. And it's not like, oh, Becky's buried. I mean, it's Becky fucking Lynch. I mean, she's been around for 10 years. She's established.
She can do the job. Yeah.
She's fine. Yeah. Stop. Yeah. People complaining about that are ridiculous, but I think that's the minority.
I think the point of this was this.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. I just didn't think they would both win, to be honest with you.
They both win. And in Chicago, and we're the husband and wife. Isn't that the point? Like, they weren't going to have her lose in Chicago when she's Punk's wife.
Yeah. I really thought she was. Like,
me too.
I really thought that was the storyline, was that she lost, Punk wins, he gets to celebrate happy, she wins at Mania. But now, like you said, I wouldn't mind it going right back to Becky, just like she did with Maxine. And then, because that's how you continue the story. Then they can fight again, I think. And no one would care.
Wait a minute.
No,
weren't
they
you
will.
guys hating on Becky recently? Like,
I think that I was just tired of the character that, like, the promos on Raw were awful. Like, they were horrible between her and AJ. This match was the best.
I like them personally. That's funny you say.
Oh my god! I'm a huge AJ. I'm a huge AJ fan, and I thought that I can't listen to her on the mic. I don't get like the frantic, like, don't know what to say character.
I get it.
It bothers me. But I thought in the ring she was great.
Okay, Zephyr saying on TV, I felt like the crowd was quiet during the match. See, LJ,
that's interesting. Yeah, it wasn't as quiet. It definitely wasn't as quiet as, like, it sounds like from you guys. But I guess it's just when they're not screaming their heads off, you can't really hear anything.
Well, yeah. They weren't going to be like, oh, rest hold, woo! Like, it just sounded quiet.
All the match, like, where do you think this crowd compared to all the ones you've been to before?
So I was gonna say that I was excited as, like, witness a Chicago crowd. Obviously, when you combine that with, like, the Punk thing, I'm not gonna use like if I was to compare the Punk part of the night, like, that's not even comparable because, like, it's different. But throughout the night, I gotta say, I know it was a different storyline, and it was Cena's, like, returning last match, whatever, at SummerSlam, but the atmosphere in the SummerSlam Cena Cody match was something I've never experienced, and I don't think I'll ever experience ever again. It was that loud. Like, it was like you were watching Rock and Hogan. It was that crazy. And I personally, even yesterday, nothing has topped that exact moment since. Even the Punk Chicago crowd. That's how loud they were, and going back and forth and cheering for each other, and how much Cena was over and how much Cody was over. That was definitely still the peak of something I've witnessed. The only other thing I would compare it to is when me and Michael were at WrestleMania, when all those guys were coming out in the Cody Roman match.
Oh, of course.
I would say that was the only other one that I can really compare it to. Or if you want to say the Bad Bunny and Backlash was pretty cool too.
Oh my god, that was incredible.
Yeah, so
those are moments in time.
Probably the top 3 that you can compare to each other.
Sure.
Does it seem like it's more exciting, Graham, when, like, let's say it's Royal Rumble and all the people are coming out? Is that more exciting? Because you don't know.
Well, when I'm watching with you in the press box, Michael, of course it is. Of course it's more exciting. But it just seems like you take the Punk part out of the night, every WWE crowd now sounds the same to me.
The same,
It just seems like they're appealing to all the same people. It's a WWE issue because the creative is subpar overall at the moment. But, like, they're pricing out the regular fans, because the demographic of who wrestling appeals to, let's just be honest, is not like this most super wealthy demographic out there. So the hardcore fans are not, unless it's like this amazing electric product, which it was a few years ago, they're not going to go. So you're only really appealing to a certain demographic of people that it sounds like a lot of these people don't give a shit about actual wrestling or other aspects of the business aside from, like, the yeeting and the entrances and stuff.
Well, that's what's happened across the board. You make such a good point about the demo that it appeals to, the prices. It's the same with basketball. Like, even basketball tickets or concerts, which is, I can't tell you what they used to be when I was a kid. It's
ridiculous. And I'm just curious why you would go to a show like this and pay, and I'm not saying it's the majority, but maybe it is the majority of the people that go to these shows. You pay $500 or $1,000 a ticket or whatever stupid price to sit on your hands. That is just a foreign concept to me. That just sounds ridiculous because they don't give a shit. Like, it's crazy to me. I don't know.
So what are we giving a Becky AJ match?
I give it a B too. That's all. I also give it a B. I thought it was good.
I liked it.
I mean, and I'm excited for the Mania match because I think it'll probably be even better.
Do you think Becky's going to have a complete mental breakdown? Because she should, right?
I like Becky's character work.
I just hope AJ's on the show now for, like, until Mania.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Take, like, 3 weeks off.
character. I'm enjoying Becky's character. I think it's hilarious. I think she's great.
I think she's hilarious. Yeah.
I think she's really funny.
Yeah. The whole fake Trump thing that she does is so like on the nose. It's amazing. I mean,
it's great.
just considering the company she works for makes it even funnier to me. But
yeah.
Do you think Seth and Becky are the it couple of WWE? Because they put them out there everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
not
definitely.
after yesterday. I think it's Punk and AJ.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's true.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Okay. There were some things in the post show when Punk said, I got a GTS for everybody, even that big even goofy Raquel. I would have lifted her onto my shoulders and boosted her Mexican ass over my head. So what do we think? Punk says he was ready to GTS.
I think he's just going. It was funny. I think he was just going off.
Yeah, he was probably just.
It was offensive or borderline, or do you think it was?
I haven't heard anyone complain. So
yeah, I think only because he's Punk's like very public about his opinions on things.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He's like joking. I think that's why. I think if like someone else came out and said that, they'd be like, I don't know how he means that.
Mm-hmm.
Danhausen had the worst debut of all time. We indie, built like a middle school geek, shorter than the backup dancer, booed by the crowd.
But that's the point, though. That's what people don't understand. That was like the point. Like he's not coming out. I seriously think people that don't know him think he's gonna come out and like fight for the title. That's like what everyone's getting confused about.
And of course, trick to his wife. Shout out to Lash legend. No one deserves it more. I'm proud of you, champ. So yeah, they could be an it couple too, right? Lash and Trick.
Yeah,
I guess physicality wise,
I don't want to be in an alley with them. Yeah,
they seem like super nice people.
Seth Rollins revealing himself as a masked man in Elimination Chamber currently has over 9.3 million views.
Wow.
Across all of WWE's social media platforms in 4 hours. And that, guys, was last night.
Yeah, Danhausen's got a lot of impressions too, I heard. But yeah, this is what they care about, man. They don't care about, and I think the show was fine. I don't think it was a great show, but the show was fine. The problem is they need more than fine for the road to WrestleMania. That's kind of the issue. Like I didn't leave last night that much more excited for Mania than I was before. And my anticipation is kind of at a borderline low here, which is an issue for me personally.
I do need to bring this up. Thank you, Zephyr. The Jessica Carr Becky thing is great. I
love it. It's got to lead somewhere though at some point.
Thank you, Zephyr. Because there's the whole thing with Jessica Carr in this match. She got pushed and shoved. There was all this stuff. That is great.
Yeah.
I love
fast count Carr
with Jessica Carr. According to Becky, it is Jessica's fault she lost the title. Yeah.
I like it. I don't understand why they haven't done a match between them yet on Raw. She wrestles or has wrestled, so I don't get why you can't just do a match.
She wrestles in a mask, right? I think she wrestles in a mask.
Yeah, on Evolve. Yeah. I mean,
that's pretty funny.
That's like some fucking Attitude Era or Triple H Earl Hebner shit. Just give it to me for one night on Raw. Like that's something different. You know what I mean? It's not difficult. Maybe they're building that, but it's been like 6 months, so it's like, can we hurry this up?
So wouldn't it be Jessica Carr, AJ, and Becky in a 3-way?
Okay,
no, it's gonna be Jessica Carr
as the referee.
It'll be Jessica Carr and what's her face and Becky, and then they're gonna do Drew versus Nick Aldis at Mania. They're gonna do all four at Mania, and then they're gonna do Pierce versus Paul Heyman.
Pierce,
hey, give it to me.
That they should do. They should do that on Raw. That'd be hilarious.
I don't see why not.
Aldis Pierce, are they ever gonna wrestle?
I think we are gonna get that at some point. I think like somewhere down the line we probably get that, like a Survivor, like the captains of a Survivor Series or something.
They should. I mean, I don't know what they're waiting for.
What I'm worried about is, I know Roman's on tomorrow night, right?
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
And I know Brock Lesnar has some dates coming, but they can't just have these guys come out and do 15 minutes of nothing.
They're aura farming, Michael. You don't want to see that for 15 minutes?
Yeah.
What'd you say, LJ?
No, I was gonna say that's like what Punk's promos even feel like sometimes. That he comes out, like the last one he did on Raw, he just came out, talked about Roman, said he was the best in the world, and then leaves. Like it doesn't lead anywhere. It's just that I think was and I'm a Punk mark, so I don't want to sound biased here, but I thought that was a one-off. That promo was kind of like, okay, whatever. Yeah, it was like weird to see from Punk. Like, that's why I'm saying it. It was like, what's the point of even having on this show? Like, just don't even bring him out at that point. Or just do it backstage.
the last couple times Punk's been on Raw and he comes out, like you said, with these big like segments of nothingness where he just talks. And I'm not liking that. And I'm with you. I love Punk.
I think for that, I don't know if they gave him enough to really work with. Like we've seen him and Balor working together for almost 2 months. Like that's what worried me about the Roman Punk promo right after the Rumble. It was so great. I'm like, first of all, there's a lot more surface they could scratch there with those two. But I'm almost worried that it peaked with that promo and they're just going to come out and repeat themselves for the next month and a half. I really hope not, because they have the potential to have a great feud. They just need to do more than just, I'm the best in the world. Oh, tribal chief. Like, give me some real shit. Give me, like, one of them mentioned the Shield when they first interacted a few weeks ago. I'm like, okay, this is Roman's like, or Punk's like, I brought you in. I could take you out. Like, okay, give me more of that. Or like the podcast Cole Cabana thing, like kind of making references to that. I think that's great television.
I mean, now they've got 7 weeks before Mania. That's a long time, and they really
Mania's too late now.
Too late, and they need to build it up. And if they keep, but what I'm worried about is several weeks of nothingness.
That's what it was last year.
Which was last year.
Yeah. So.
And are you excited about Punk Roman?
At this point, currently, yeah. I mean, I think initially no, because it's like, dude. I mean, we need some fresh faces in the main event of Mania. Like Fatu would be a nice change of pace if we get him in the main event at night 1. But like Orton, Cody, Drew, been there, done that, man. Like they're all great, but come on, give me some fresh faces. I know Breaker got her, but like there's other people. LA Knight, I mean, is older, he's 40, but like he's never been in the main event. You could do something different there. But yeah, I think Punk and Roman sells itself. That first promo I thought was excellent. Roman, he'll probably win, and I fucking hate that. I think that's stupid, but the feud should be really interesting if they tell the right story and they lock in. Roman's got to be motivated. When Roman just phones it in, it's boring television. But when he's on it and he's given something to really sink his teeth into, it's awesome. So it could go either way, but I'm more optimistic after that first promo because I genuinely do think they don't like each other that much. And I think if you really hone in on that real bad blood, it can make for amazing television.
Does anyone like Punk? They're all hating Punk. Right, LJ?
Yeah.
I mean, Seth hates. I mean, they all have issues with Punk.
Good.
So,
that's wrestling.
He should be. That's why. At least they do that. I do. I'm gonna. I have to check out of my hotel, so I'm gonna.
Oh, okay.
But Michael, I'm gonna stay. So I'm gonna like take my camera off, but because I know it has to record after, so I'll stay in the thing.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us from Chicago.
Thank you. No problem.
See you, LJ. Glad you did fun of the show.
I'll remove. Anyways, so I guess the bottom line is, where is this going to go from here? The girls love Punk, though.
Yeah, girls. Hey, Punk. Oh, backstage. They're saying backstage, like Bailey and Roxanne. They all love Punk.
Do you think that Roman Punk feud is a last minute change? Maybe the OG scenario was Rollins Reigns.
It definitely was supposed to be Rollins Reigns. I think the Rollins injury messed up a lot of their plans, to be honest with you. And that's fine. I would have been fine with Rollins Reigns because we haven't gotten that one-on-one match in Mania before. I'm fine with Punk Reigns if they make it interesting, and they have so far. So I'm okay with that. But I think this was a change of plans. But I think there's just a sense right now that they don't really know what they're doing. Like they can't pivot. Like, oh, we lost Rollins. What do we do? Like, kind of put some more thought into it. Roman winning the Rumble was lazy to me. But they can make it interesting, and so far they have with that one promo. But we'll see where they go with it going into Mania.
All right, so our overall grade for Elimination Chamber is?
Oh, it's a good question.
Is it B or C? B?
It's weird. I think it's weird because I think I like the Women's Chamber.
Yeah.
Didn't mind Rhea winning. I think Becky and AJ was a very good match. I thought Punk and Balor was great. Right. Did not like the main event at all. And I don't want to judge the show based on, and also the Danhausen thing I liked, but it was polarizing. that sounds like a B- show, but just, I want to give it a C+ because it just feels like the predictability, going back to how we started this whole thing, Michael, is part of the problem right now. You knew kind of where they were going with most of it. The 2 chamber matches were genuinely unpredictable in my opinion, but it's like just, the whole point of Chamber should be to get you excited for Mania. And I'm just speaking for myself, but I've seen a lot of the same sentiments online. I'm not more excited for Mania. They're back in Vegas again. There's no storylines that are really, either feuds go on for 8 months in this company or there's no feud at all. So like Drew and Cody's been going on for what feels like 10 years, and it's only been 8 months, but that's a long time. And then you have Jade and Rhea, no feud at all. They're just only starting the feud now, and they're both babyface. Or no, Jade's a heel. But it's like, okay, like there's no culmination there. There's no like Ray and Dom, where it's months of great buildup, or even Jay and Jimmy had a good feud. Their match sucked at Mania a few years ago, but the feud was good. So I'm going to give it a C+. I just think the overall apathy towards the product right now is a big problem. And they've really got to try to do more to fix that in the next 7 weeks.
Yeah, I think my problem was it was very easy to follow the trajectory of what's happening, which then, to your point that they don't know what they're doing, then part of me is like, well, they must kind of know what they're doing because they made sure that the vision thing was put into place and Logan got, Seth coming back and they had to put Logan in there. We had to do this. So there were certain things, but all of these, Jay getting hurt, all of it to me was like, I wasn't like,
it was like, I don't know. It was a meh show.
The ending was hilarious to me only because in what world would all of that have happened? That you just walk in and just...
No, that was the main event I thought was just not good at all. Not good.
But it'll be interesting to see what happens. All right. So I think you put out 9 videos a day, right? Basically.
I put out a lot. Yes. There's a lot of content out there.
Explain to me this because it's amazing. So what happens? What's kind of your thought process? Because you've got historical looks at things, then you've got what's going on now. Are you just like, do you never leave your desk?
For the most part, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty much locked in at all times, whether it be current stuff, historical stuff, looking ahead to WrestleMania. I try to stray away from doing like post-show podcasts, like stuff like this the next day is perfectly fine. But like right afterward, the show's over. All right, I got to start writing something, work on something about WrestleMania for Bleacher or whatever, or write a review of the show, which I'm always working on too. So, and it's not just WWE, it's most of the major companies. So,
right. So you're doing that for Bleacher. You'll find him at Bleacher Report, but also on your channel.
Yep.
The videos are, when you do the videos, do you just decide I'm going to do X amount today? Like, how does it all?
It kind of, I'm more of I try to be organized. So like I'm a very OCD-ish person. So like I try to do, for anyone interested, you could find me at Wrestle Rant, the thing there. We do Q&As on Tuesdays. So if anyone has any questions, we do a live stream with those. I've been trying to do more live stuff the last year, which is fun to interact with people. On Thursdays, we just recap the news of the week, preview pay-per-views, review Raw, talk a little AEW if there's anything of note to discuss and whatnot. Ranking videos are always fun, so I try to do some of those. Put up interviews whenever we get those done, stuff like that. Random miscellaneous content, shorts. I mean, the shorts are like the way of the future now. I mean, it's just what it is. So I try to do a little bursts of those, like an instant reaction to something, whether it be wrestling related or not. A little bit of everything, some 2K stuff in there occasionally as well. So really whatever interests me, which could be to my own detriment sometimes. But I mean, if I enjoy it,
I'm the same way. I'm like, this is interesting to me. And then you're like, okay.
Yeah, it may not work. Maybe it doesn't do well. But like, I'm just, for me personally, I just do what I enjoy doing. And, I'm not the type of person, I mean, again, to my own detriment, but like at this point, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I've been doing this for so long. I'm just like, whatever. Whatever I enjoy.
Everybody to check out Wrestle Rant, to check out Graham's YouTube channel, to follow him on X.
Thank you.
Such great content, so much great insight.
Thank you, Michael.
Great history. It's really, really great. And I guess we'll be back again at another big event.
I think so. It was a year ago after Chamber. I joined you for the first time here on What's Up Wrestling after that Johnson heel turn. How much can change in a year? And since then, I mean, since meeting at the Rumble last year, how many great shows have we been to and crossed paths at? And hopefully, if the company that we're speaking about can get their shit together, I'll see you in Vegas in a couple of weeks.
Vegas in a couple of weeks.
Fingers crossed. I look forward to it.
Everybody, thank you. Yes.
I will probably have more fun with you, Michael, in the press box than I will watching the show. That's typically the case.
Much more fun watching
Much more fun.
Much more fun.
I missed the Rumble being there with you in the press box. I wasn't going to Saudi.
Listen, Saudi, I wasn't going to go to.
No.
We're not over in the Middle East right now. And I was going to say, like, that is, to me, that was the most fun. I've never laughed. That was like, we literally were trying to guess who is coming out, right?
Yes. And SummerSlam was great too.
SummerSlam was good too. Yeah. All right.
SummerSlam was a fun time.
Have a great week. And we'll be back on What's Up Wrestling later this week. Thanks, Graham, so much.
Thank you, Michael. This was a blast. Appreciate you having me on as always. Keep up the great work.
Thanks.